What is up guys, WOOO here, back again with another Division 2 video. Welcome back. Today's build, this is my Scorpio status effects build for PvE. Solo or group play, you will thoroughly enjoy using this build. Now with solo, I have done level 4 control points on heroic with ease. It's fun. I have a nice close range weapon and a long range weapon, so I am cool with this. It works very, very nice and status effects for days. It's cool, it's fun. Now, I find where you'll find most benefit using this build is in a group for that synergy of status effects and the Scorpio talent on the weapon. Guys, I like this. I do. And it's very easy to farm for. You may even already have the pieces in your loadouts or in your stash. You can slap together, test it, and just have fun with it. So, if you enjoyed the build, you enjoyed the video, thumbs doodle. That genuinely helps. It really does. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to drop the WOOO bomb on the sub button. Ding the bell to be notified when I upload my content. Guys, we're at 11k very, very soon. Let's woo this. Okay, peeps, this is the build. Okay, as you see, it is nothing fancy, nothing out of the ordinary. I'm just using a very simple 4-piece Eclipse protocol, but there is a slight twist with this, which we'll go through when we look at the weapons. Now, firstly, I'm going to break this down step by step. So just again to clarify piece by piece and why I'm using Technician. So specialization wise, I have opted for Technician. Why is that? And simply because of this, I want two things. Skill damage of 10% increase, which is tasty, and that will amplify the damage, which is great. And also, yes guys, also that passive 1 skill tier. And I'm using that. You can see my holster is blue. So that means I am 6 skill tiers and I have a little bit more armor survivability. With this build, it is an aggressive run and gun, kind of push the opposition build. And in doing so, you will reap the rewards for your teammates, given that status effects for days will be spread like wildfire. They really will. So that's why I've opted for this particular setup. Now, other options you have, you look at Demolitionist. You can see I'm using the Var Mask. And if you have the Var Mask, you know that's amplified by explosive damage from the concussion grenade. So very simply, take a look at the Demolitionist specialization. Take a look at Shine a Light 1 piece for that extra explosive damage. You have options on how you can roll with this and differ and change it to your own very playstyle. And the last option for me is Survivalist. Very simply, 10% extra damage to status affected targets to your absolutely amazing allies. That's great, and that's a good way to roll. But for me, I've opted for a bit more survivability because I'm a runner gunner on this, and Technician I feel is stronger for me. But guys, whatever suits your playstyle will benefit you most. Remember that. So the pieces, guys, you can see I'm 913k armor, 311k health, 6 skill tier build. So it is simply a skill build, very simply. Now I'm going to go through the gear set first. So the gear set is Eclipse Protocol, and what does it offer me in the build? So 15% status effects for just holding the 2-piece, and the 3-piece is 15% skill haste and 30% hazard protection. Now the 4-piece is indirect transmission. Your status effects now spread on kill to all enemies within 10 meters and refresh 50% of the duration. This is an excellent gear set to use and perhaps one of the best in the game. It is super strong. Now, I'm going to cut to the chase with this. When you're looking at building this, guys, what you want to do is get status effects as an attribute everywhere. That's my opinion. I feel that's going to give you the best, fantastic output of damage possible because you're just prolonging that status effect tick, and that's what you want on the build. So for me, status effects, which will just lengthen the time of the status effect that you apply, I feel is the best way to go. However, you can also roll with skill damage. Skill damage is great. That will give you some more damage, but at a shorter rate. So it is just dependent on what you want to do. For me, status effects all day long. Get that on the build, guys, and you will see the reward whilst you're using it. Now the gloves, guys, again, you can see it is simply status effects. That's why I'm rolling on this build. Now the backpack is this. It's status effects. I've got 11.6% skill haste mod. Now I have 2 skills I want to get back as quickly as possible, and they are the Hive Stinger and the Fire Starter Chem Launcher. So for me, I want to get my skill haste up as much as possible. You can go for something more aggressive. You can go for something like, as an example, go for crit chance or crit damage to kind of amplify the damage from your shotty. That's an option. It's definitely an option. I've just gone for something a little bit more traditional, and that is skill haste on the build. Talent Symptom Aggravator. This is taking a little bit of a nerf. This used to be 30% damage against all targets. Now it's pretty much just status affected targets, and it amplifies all damage. So it's a good place to be. So make sure, again, whilst using this, status effects, you are slap them out for days, and you can do some more damage whilst doing so. That's why I've opted for this build, and this backpack, this is great for this build. Now the chest piece, again, we know what EP does. It is 10% status effects. This is pretty much a god roll. In terms of the piece set, 10% status effects is great. A max skill haste mod as well, which is awesome. And proliferation. Increases indirect transmission range from 10 to 15 meters. And refresh percentage from 50 to 75%. Guys, in all honesty, this is an excellent chest piece. That's what I wanted. There are other options to, again, improve your damage from your skills. Yes, there are, but I want to spread this like wildfire. I want this to be just lit around the room. So for me, proliferation is, in my opinion, a very, very strong piece to use, but you cannot go wrong with using kinetic momentum. Definitely not. And there are other chest piece talents as well that will also benefit from using this build. But it is, again, with every build that anyone will ever do for you guys, there are ways to change it to suit your own playstyle. So check this out first and let me know what you think in the comment section and how you would switch this up if necessary. Now that's the EP gear set. What is the holster? The holster is golden gear. Now this is an awesome holster for me. Now I have very few pieces that are status effects or skill haste or skill damage that have, again, that skill tier there. So I can re-roll the skill tier to armor or to weapon damage. I have very few pieces like that. And for me, I'm a bit elitist. I want them to be max. I want them to be God sausage roll. And if they're not, I'm not happy. I'll move on. So this is as best as I can get on this. Status effects, as discussed, guys, get it everywhere possible. Max armor, max status effects, and skill haste. Only 0.7% away from max, but a good place to be. And then lastly, guys, in terms of the gear, the Vile Mask. We know what this does by now, but it's an excellent exotic to use. Now, status effects has protection and skill haste. Now, with the attributes, guys, this isn't max. We can see, we know that. I've rolled this a number of times already. And for me, my kind of RNG with recalibration is poor. It is poor. So I kind of leave it the best I can get and go, forget it. I'm just going to carry on grinding. But this is the best one that I have. Skill haste 11.9% and the talent Toxic Delivery. Status effects also apply a damage over time debuff for 10 seconds. The total damage is equal to 50% of your concussion grenade and increased by your status effect attributes. So guys, very simply, status effects, get it as high as possible because the Vile Mask will be singing and dancing when it does. Also, that explosive damage will also amplify. It will increase that damage as well, guys. So make sure, if you can, status effects, get it everywhere. And if you can get some explosive damage on there, it will aid the output of damage. So guys, check it out. That's the gear, guys. Let's take a look at the skills. Now, the skills are interchangeable, that you can use whatever you want in this scenario. It is entirely up to you. I'm choosing these because I'm comfortable with these skills. There's no, you have to use the striker jump, you have to use the assault turret. It doesn't work like that. Change it, adopt it to how you feel suits your style. This suits me. I'm an aggressive playstyle. I like to get up close and at them. So with this, Hive Stinger, great opportunity. Just get in there in the middle of them and chuck that Hive Stinger down. Deploy it. You'll see the rewards. Don't worry about the refill speed. That's wrong. I am in the range. It's actually 2.6 seconds. I checked this before the video. So in terms of damage, 715k. Someone will say in the comment section, mine is 1.2 million, so screw you. Yes, because you invested in skill damage, my friend. Skill damage. So that 1.2 million is, of course, obtainable. But you can't do it both ways. You need to balance this. And for me, I've opted all in status effects, and that's why my damage is on the low side. But look at the bleed duration, 12.9 seconds, and that's where we're talking. It's a really good, strong place to be. That's what you want. You want to keep them bleeding as long as possible. Mods for this, guys, again, very simply, damage, stinger charges, and health. Now, my other skill is the Firestarter Chem Launcher. Again, it can be whatever you want, but I like this. So, 8 ammo. I've gone for the extra ammo on this build, very simply because I want to keep spamming this as long as possible. Now, 542k damage, again, is a nice place to be. You can get more if you focus more on you-know-what. You know how it goes, guys. So, but where we're looking in terms of mods, they're burn strength and ammo. Burn strength will just keep them burning, which is nice. And a 12.3 second burn duration, which is beautiful. I'm happy with that. Now let's take a look at the weapons. Now the weapons, guys, very simply, I've opted for my Scorpio Exotic Shotgun as my primary. And you go, wow, why are you using that, WOOO? Why are you using that on this build? Because I want to cause some damage with this. And I like this build. I like this weapon. I feel it has a lot of use. And it delivers some nice status effects. So with this, you can see, guys, shotgun damage 12.1%, 11% damage to armor, 9% crit damage. Again, there'll always be one person in the comment section, it's not God's sausage roll. I know. I have rolled this 8 times. There's only been once that's been slightly better, but I re-rolled it for me, all for me. I re-rolled it to get a better one, and this is the next best. It is. I just get shit rolls, guys. It is what it is. But anyway, we digress. If you can get it higher, then get it higher. Me, I can't. So, this is the weapon. Love it. Beautiful. Like this. What's the talent? Septic Shock. Shooting a target applies stacks of venom, which lasts for 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Okay, guys, this doesn't differ, whatever the weather. It's 10 seconds. Increasing stacks adds more severe debuffs to the target. So poison, disorient, shock, and 7 is target takes additional 20% damage from all sources. Stacks no longer increase. And the duration of status effects is based on percentage of pellets hit on applied shot. And this is why I want to get up close and personal with this, and that's why I feel it's nice to have the extra little bit of damage, a little bit extra, survivability, so I can get up close and personal. That's what I've opted for that on the build. Now the mods, guys, very simply, reload speed, crit chance, weapon handling, and stability. They are fixed with the build. It is what it is. Secondary, I don't use it, but if you do need to use it, I'm using test subject with perfectly in sync. And the card is the option for the sidearm. Again, the song remains the same with the secondary. I don't use it. It's there for show. That's what you're looking at in terms of stats. Is all here for you right now, guys. Now, break it down a bit further. Looking 20% crit chance, 54% crit damage, 55% headshot damage. Again, you're not there to do a lot of damage with the Scorpio, but you're just spreading that love, spreading that shock and disorient, the poison. That's what you're doing on the build. So guys, let's take a look at the build in action. You've seen the gameplay. Now I'm in the range. What I'm going to do is just do this here. We're on easy. So why I like this, again, you don't have to use your status affected skills to, again, spread the vile love. So as an example, and you can see that nice tick of vile love is just there for you, ticking away quite nicely. So that's that. Hello, Dave. Over there, he's taking some damage as well. And that's what you want on the build. So back. And you can see, I've not applied any status effects. All I've used is my Scorpio, which will apply those debuffs. Those nice, sexy little bit of damage. I.e. poison, i.e. shock. And that's what I want. You can see that slowly tick away. And that's why I'm using this. I just set this guy on fire. You see now why I like this build and the benefit it has. At any given time, it's absolutely fantastic. And that's why I'm using this, guys. It is a really strong build to use in PvE. That vile mask, no skills, it works a treat. So this is what I'm talking about. Scorpio status effects builds for PvE. Super duper fun. Let me know what you think in the comments section. And of course, I will see you in the next one.